What is going on? Brian Carroll here, picking up with the series of articles that I wrote a long time ago. Here we go. This one's titled How to Get Mentally Tougher. This article discusses the 2006 Senior Nationals in Las Vegas, where it took me 28 hours to get to Las Vegas. It started with connecting to my first, whatever reason, we connected in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That flight got canceled after sitting there all day. We had to take a quick red-eye flight over to DC in the middle of the night and then drive to Baltimore and then check in the hotel for just 2 hours until our next flight was scheduled. So keep in mind, during this time, I was cutting 35 pounds, 30-ish pounds during this time. And when all these delays started happening, I had to really focus and really grit and push through, because all I wanted to do was have a drink. All I wanted to do, I didn't even have my scale with me. My scale was packed with my checked luggage. Unfortunately, I had no idea what I weighed, so I kept eating Lasix. I kept sipping on water. I didn't eat. When we got into the hotel, just for those 2 hours, I sat in a hot bath and sweated during this time. It was a nightmare. Once it was time to get up and go to Baltimore and check in our flight, we got on the flight. I'm thinking, okay, 5 more hours and I can go and I can weigh in and I can be good. Hopefully I'm on weight. Hopefully I'm close. I had no idea. So right as we were taxiing on the runway for Baltimore, we get hit with a delay. There's maintenance on the flight. So we sit there for 2 hours on the runway. I'm waiting. I'm trying to make 220, flying over to Las Vegas, and nothing was going my way. At that point, I really considered just getting some food and drink and saying, screw it, I'm going to lift at 242. I don't care. But something told me to stick with it. So we finally got up in the air, took the 5-hour flight across country from Baltimore to Las Vegas, Nevada. As soon as we were getting ready to land, I'm moving up towards the front of the plane. We're taxiing. I'm moving up even further. I'm running off the plane. I'm running through. I have my training partner, my girlfriend at the time, grab my luggage. I'm running to catch a taxi because weigh-ins were from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And after that, they didn't start again until 3 p.m. So here it was, 10:40, and I'm running trying to get to the hotel. Luckily, I called my training partner at the time, Adam Driggers, told him, hey, don't let them stop the weigh-in. I'm coming. Try to delay them if they are leaving. Luckily, I caught a taxi that took me right over there, and I got there at 10:55 or so. I was able to check my weight. I was about a quarter pound over or something like that. I went to the bathroom, spit it out, stripped down, came back right at the end of the last call of the first weigh-in session. I made weight and then went. And you know what? I kind of had a chip on my shoulder that day because I knew that I'd been through so much. I felt like crap. I somehow made weight. I had a long way to go before I can put all the weight back on and stuff. But I said, you know what? I already made it this far. I have nothing to lose. So I was kind of like, screw it. So I ended up having one of my best meets of all time there. I ended up going 7 of 8 that day, only missing one lift, which was the 1,003 squat that would have tied me with Sean Frankel. But man, this meet was the kind of the peak of APF powerlifting, where we had one whole day of just 198, 220, and 242 lifters. It was insane. And the next day had 242, 270, or 275, 308, and super heavyweight. But for those that remember 2006 Las Vegas APF Senior Nationals, man, it was awesome. So a couple things that I learned: if you can just get through the moment, get through 1 minute at a time, an hour at a time, a couple hours at a time, you can take a lot more than you think, because that really brought me to my breaking point, especially when I didn't even know what I weighed. I didn't know if I was going to make it to weigh-in on time. I didn't even know if I was going to make it in time to do the meet. But I just kept my head down and just thought, okay, just handle what I can handle right now, and that's staying calm. Don't do anything rash. Don't go and eat the whole Burger King menu. Don't go and drink a bunch of Gatorades like you want to. Just stay calm and focus. Even though I was nauseous, I was sick, I was stressed, I just put my head down and hoped for the best. And that time it turned out that my mental toughness that helped me carry through that time was built even stronger after that time, which helped me deal with other hard weight cuts going forward. But one thing that I can take away, and I hope you take away from this article that I wrote and this video that I'm doing now, is You can take a lot more than you think. You just have to stay mentally tough. And each time you go through an obstacle, that will help build and callous you mentally and help you deal with things, especially in the powerlifting arena, the weight cutting arena, but that can carry over to real life too. It can help you deal with things progressively that you never thought you'd be able to deal with before. And weight cutting will definitely bring the bitch out in you, especially when you're cutting 10% of your body weight. The littlest things can be completely crushing to you. So when you're cutting weight, if you're cutting weight, learn from me. Don't get there late. I never, ever, one time since this meet in 2006, ever got to a meet more than 48 hours without getting there at least 48 hours early before weigh-in when I'm cutting. I learned my lesson going forward. If I was weighing in on Friday at the Arnold, I was there Wednesday morning, prepping, getting settled in so I can just worry about cutting. This was a lesson learned for me, but I also learned that I can deal with a lot mentally and I can go a lot further in my weight cuts than I thought I could because I was forced to. It's either all or none. There was no kind of halfway doing it. So we know that weight cuts can be tough. Do what you can do to control, but also learn from your experiences, get better. Also, know that you're better for these experiences and you can become mentally tougher. Just give it.
Thank you so much for watching today. Please subscribe, like, and share if you enjoyed this video, and have a wonderful day.